Good afternoon, students. Let us continue our third chapter, Motion and Laws of Motion. In the previous class, we learned what is balanced force and what is unbalanced external force. In today's class, we will learn observations of Galileo and Newton's first law of motion. Dear students, do you know the name of the scientist? Yes, Galileo Galilei. He was a famous scientist and he was very much interested in maths, physics, astronomy as well as in philosophy. One of his contribution to the scientific world was his study on motion of objects in an inclined plane. For his experiment, he took two smooth inclined planes because in smooth surface the ball will not experience any frictional force. So when the ball was dropped from a height, it is found that its velocity increases, and when the ball rolls up, its velocity decreases. But in the case of a doubly inclined plane, the ball released from one end reaches the top of the second plane. From this, Galileo observed that when the slope of both the inclined planes are equal, see here you can see the angle of inclination. When both these angles are same, the distance travelled by the ball in the first inclined plane is same as the distance travelled by the ball in the second plane. Suppose it covers 1 meter distance in this plane, then the same distance it will cover in the second plane. And in both the planes, the height covered by the ball is same. That means in second plane, the ball travels along the surface to reach the original height. Okay, do you understood? So if we drop a ball from this plane, what happens? It rolls down and after that it climbs up. So it will climb to the same original height. And when the angle of inclination or slope of both the surfaces are same, then the distance covered by the ball in the first plane will be same as the distance covered by the ball in the second plane. Now, what will happen if we decrease the slope of the second plane? So, decreasing the slope means we are decreasing the angle. Suppose this is 50 degree, here we have to take it as 30 degree. That means we have to decrease the slope of this second plane. So on decreasing the slope of the second plane, it is again found that the ball travels a larger distance to reach the original height. See, on decreasing the slope, what happened? Distance increased, right? Even though the distance increased, the ball covers these larger distances in order to reach the same height. Then, on further decreasing the slope, so now you can see here, on further decreasing the slope, it is found that the ball travels a larger distance to reach the same height. See here, compared to this first slope, compared to the slope of first plane, the slope of this plane is very less. So on decreasing the slope, what happens? The distance increases. Even though the distance increased, the ball travels these longer distances to reach the same height. Now, what will happen if we made this angle as 0. That means what will happen if we decrease the slope to 0? So if we decrease the slope to 0, then it will become a plane surface. Then also it is found that the ball will travel larger distance to reach the same height. But practically it is not true, because after sometimes this ball will stop due to this frictional force. But if there is no frictional force, then the ball will continue along the straight path. So from this, Galileo came to one conclusion, that a body in motion does not need an external force, external unbalanced force, for it to continue in its state of rectilinear uniform motion. Rectilinear uniform motion means motion along a straight line. Okay. So a body in motion does not need an external unbalanced force for it to continue in its state of rectilinear uniform motion. Suppose if an object which is already in motion does not need any kind of unbalanced external force to continue its motion. That is what Galileo concluded from this experiment. See, in the previous class we studied that in order to move an object, unbalanced external force is needed. But for an object which is already in motion, does not need any kind of unbalanced external force to continue in its motion. So that is the observation of Galileo.
Height, the best we can do is simply to release the ball on one side and then see how far it rolls up on the opposite side. Ideally, we might be able to get it up to the same height, but it shouldn't be able to go higher than the original height that the ball was released from.